It's the Tribune Scouting Report here at the Hibachi on the Faith Academy campus. The Flames are coming off a bye week, and that means they've had 3 weeks to simmer. They're on a 2-game losing streak, and they've had 1 week to try to fix the issues. We're going to ask head coach Russ Roberts about that, as well as his thoughts going into the San Antonio Lutheran game. Also, we're going to check in with our expert Mark Earwood and find out exactly how productive the Flames' bye week was. All that and more on the Tribune Scouting Report right now. We're back. Thanks for staying with us. We want to thank you for joining us wherever and however you're able to. We also want to welcome Russ Roberts, the head coach of the Faith Academy Flames, who's coming off a bye week. And Coach, how productive was that bye last week?
Well, it wasn't quite as productive as we wanted it to be. We wanted to give the kids a little time off, wanted to get some good work done on our fundamentals and techniques. And we had a lot of things going on. And to be real honest, we weren't able to get all the work done that we wanted. But we did get some time off. I guess that's the good part. And so we're making up for it a little bit this week by doubling up.
Okay, well that's great then. You did get a chance to go and scout on Friday night. Do you want to tell me now where you went Friday?
No.
Okay, well then let me get your impressions then. You're playing the San Antonio Lutheran team that's entering the game 0-1. They lost the district opener to Bulverde Bracken, defending state champion. I don't know a score, but I was just wondering your impressions of that game.
I believe it was 66-6, and it was pretty much what we all expected. And as far as them being 0-1, so are we. You know, we're even. We're both in the cellar, and we both want out. And they're our ticket out, and we're theirs. And we hope to cash the ticket before they can. They're a better football team than we were last year. Lutheran is not, by any stretch of the imagination, one of the better teams in our district. And I don't think anybody would ever assume that or even say that. But they are better than they were last year. Last year they had a very, very young team. Those kids are a year older, and they've still got some youth. The numbers are still not greatly in their favor, but they have won 2 ball games this year, and last year I don't think they'd won any we played. So they've figured out the formula. They know how you go about winning. The question is, can they do it against the Faith Academy Flames? And we don't think they can. We, on the other hand, have got a bad taste in our mouth. We haven't won a ball game in 3 weeks with 2 losses in an open week. So we've hopefully, I know how I feel. I don't know for sure how the kids feel, but I've got a bad taste in my mouth, and I want to get it out quickly. And I think a Lutheran would be a nice after-dinner meal.
Okay. Coach, tell me something about Lutheran. What are your impressions of them offensively?
They run probably more formations and sets than anybody we've seen all year. And quite often this is emblematic of a team that doesn't really feel like they do anything real well, so they do lots of things. And I think that's pretty much what we're going to see. But when they do that much, it's hard to be ready for all of it. So it's going to be kind of like a brain teaser. We're going to have to keep our minds open, stay focused on what's happening on the field, and be able to adjust on the run, on the fly, to whatever we see. And they do have some playmakers. They've got their quarterback, number 15, can make plays. They have 2 speed backs in 13 and 24. Can't remember their names right off the top of my head, but they do have the ability to make some plays. So they are dangerous. And they beat Killeen Memorial the last game of 4 district, that much to their advantage. And of course, we were able to beat Killeen Memorial too. So in that, we're kind of equal. But we're at home. We're home for the next 3 weeks. We want to get our fan support back behind us, and we'll get some wins and get back feeling good about ourselves.
What do you think of them defensively?
Defensively, kind of like offensively. Now, they don't do as many different things defensively. In the films we've seen, they were reasonably successful defensively. I can't tell if that was great play on their part or sloppy play on the opponent. I would tend to think it's a little bit of both. Usually it is. And so really, basically what we've got to do, we've got to neutralize them defensively. And we use that with formations, sets, motions, getting them out of position. But the primarily way you do it against anybody, whether it's Lutheran or whether it's Bracken, is you block them. And you make it a unpleasant experience, something where they don't want to come back and get that block again. And that's what we hope to do. You know, that's one of the things people don't like about us. We try to take all the fun out of it for playing Faith Academy, and we do that with our blocks. And we'll hit you high, we'll hit you low, we'll do whatever's legal, and we'll hit you on every play, hopefully.
Okay, Coach. You did mention you are going to have 3 home games here for the next 3 weeks.
Right.
Gone 3 weeks now without a win. Do you feel like this is a must-win for y'all headed into this week?
I feel like every game is a must-win. You only have so many opportunities in a season to get a win because there are some games which it may not be in the cards, and we've had several of those of late and let them pass through our fingers. So they're all must wins. I don't think this is going to be one of our tougher games. I'll be honest there, but I do think they have the ability to beat us if we let them. I think the game is in our hands, and if we execute, if we stay focused, if we do our job, this should be a win, and I think that'd be a real good medication for what ails us.
Okay. Coach, we appreciate it. All the best to you. Look forward to hearing the results of this game next week, and we'll be right back with Mark Earwood.
Caring for you like family is not just our motto, it is our commitment to our patients. At Texas Hills Urgent Care Centers, our highly trained nurses, physicians, and staff know that your health and your family's health are important. With weekend and evening hours, Texas Hills Urgent Care Centers is here for all your family's health care needs, including treatment for illnesses, injuries, school and travel vaccinations, as well as many other services. Located on Highway 71 in Bee Cave and on Highway 281 in Marble Falls, convenient and professional medical care is just around the corner.
Welcome back. We want to welcome to the set Mark Earwood, the administrator here at Faith Academy. And Coach, you've had a chance now to sit with the guys the last few days. Coach Roberts mentioned that it was a good time to take a bye. Wasn't as productive, but they certainly got a lot of rest. What were your impressions?
Same as Coach. I think to have that week of rest has invigorated them and has them prepared and mentally ready, I think, for the remainder of the district schedule, which is crucial. Yeah.
How were the boys themselves? You've had a chance to visit with them. Are they feeling confident, feeling good going into this week?
They are. They recognize that they have to limit their turnovers. That's been a killer for them for a couple of games, and a couple of the losses that they've had, turnovers have been the key, and that's true in all of football. So these guys, their attitudes are good. They realize that the next 4 games make or break the season. All goals that they have are still ahead of them. So that in and of itself has been just real reinvigorating for them.
Do you like the fact that they're playing 3 straight home games in district? Because I'm someone who thinks there's more pressure to win at home than there is on the road.
Well, I don't think so. I think the boys enjoy playing in front of the home crowd, and they enjoy the support, and they like our venue very much too. So I think all those things play to our advantage. And 3 straight home games is a little unusual, but that's more of a scheduling snafu by one of the opposing teams than something that we had planned. But we're certainly not going to reject it. We welcome the opportunity to play at home.
Your thoughts on San Antonio Lutheran?
Lutheran is a building program. Last year they had a real tough season, and this year they've had a little more success. So they're one of those teams that the boys better take care of business, because it could certainly jump up and bite them. But at the same time, I believe if they play their game and they continue to improve, that they'll come away with a victory.
It's been 3 weeks since they're on a 2-game losing streak. They haven't won in 3 weeks. How important do you think this game is for confidence? I mean, aside from just the district race, just for confidence.
Well, it's crucial. They can't afford a mental letdown in this game. And unfortunately, it's probably one where victory by itself is not going to be enough. They're going to have to win in Flames fashion. They're going to have to play their ball game. They're going to have to dictate the terms, those kinds of things to get that confidence back. I don't think that it's completely lost on them, as I said earlier, but I think that this needs to be a statement game for them.
They still are using Hander Shipley, the freshman quarterback. Jake is still playing a little bit of quarterback. I know Hayden has been playing some quarterback. Are the boys still continuing to adjust to that system? Because it seems like it's been working for them in the running game.
I think it is working for them. I think they realize that there are strengths that each one of those quarterbacks bring, and that there are certain packages and certain sets of plays that Coach has set up with each one of those boys that just work better, with that skill set. So they've embraced it. There's certainly been no grumbling about it whatsoever, and that's always a key. You don't want anything to lead to dissension on the squad. But I think Coach has done such a great job of selling these kids that every person is important, and that includes the quarterback. But it doesn't have to be one guy. It can be more than one.
No surprises then from the district so far as standings go. I saw Bulverde Bracken took care of business against Lutheran, so they're 1-0. What about the rest of the district?
I think Bracken and Kerrville and are definitely at the top of the heap, and then I think it's a scrap for the remaining playoff spot. So I think it's important for the boys to show what they've got.
Okay, Coach, we appreciate the time. Thanks so much. Look forward to hearing your thoughts next week following the Lutheran game. We'll be right back with some final thoughts. Head coach Russ Roberts said that during the losing streak, the Flames have suffered numerous turnovers and they haven't been able to capitalize on their own opportunities in either getting turnovers or creating those turnovers. This game against Lutheran is going to come down to not only who executes the best, but which team can force the other team into making mistakes and which squad can be more successful at taking advantage of those opportunities. I look for the Flames to increase their ability in trying to create turnovers. Look for the Flames to get more turnovers this week against Lutheran and get back to their winning ways. But no matter what happens, you can count on us to be back here at Faith Academy next week, where we check in with head coach Russ Roberts and Mark Earwood and get their thoughts on the Flames as they now push towards the end of the regular season. Till then, I'm Jennifer Fierro. We'll catch you next week.